looks like it's Dubois versus Usyk next. How do you see that fight playing out?
It's a difficult one, actually. I think Dubois could beat him. Usyk's not getting any younger, is he? He's an old man, really, and he's not an heavyweight, really. I'd give Dubois a big chance. What do you think?
I'm not sure. I want you to think.
I think Usyk late stoppage.
Cheers, Ted. Cheers, man.
Do you feel?
And those are the words and the prediction of Dave Allen, okay? And Dave Allen thinks that Dubois gets Oleksandr Usyk this time around. He says that Usyk's technically an old man, and he's not getting any older, or younger, rather. And he thinks Danny Dubois takes him. And let me counterpunch. I think if the fight is to get made and Daniel does get his opportunity, I think a lot more people will think like Dave Allen. Because, for one, I think a lot of people are looking for the Usyk problem, to solve the Usyk problem. Who's going to beat Oleksandr Usyk? And I think a lot of people, based on the performances that Daniel's done, thinks that he's going to win. I say this. If Usyk's not an old man, and if he can still move, he can still box, he can still fight, he'll beat Daniel Dubois. I mean, the reason for that is he's fought him before, sure. Is he getting older? Yes, he is. I am the advocate guy that told you when everybody was on the Usyk train that, hey, Usyk is good. Usyk is one of the best fighters in the world, if not the best heavyweight in the world right now. I know he can beat Tyson Fury, but I've seen a decline in his performances, okay, from 2021, 22, 23, 24, and now 25. So I've seen changes in Oleksandr Usyk. So what Dave Allen is saying is not too far-fetched, okay? And this is coming from a man that sparred Usyk back in the day, and Usyk gave him the blues, okay? So keep that in mind. But I think if that's the only thing that you can bank on is the hope or the wish that he will be old overnight in the ring, coming from Usyk, I think that's a long shot. I still think that's risky because you didn't hear David Allen say, hey, I think Daniel Dubois wins because he's bigger and he's stronger. No. He's a better fighter. No. He is smarter. No. You didn't hear any of those things. You didn't hear anything that helped Daniel Dubois win the fight strategically. All we heard was, because Usyk's an old man. If he's not an old man, he gets the job done. If he can perform and he can do what he needs to do, which he's already done, he can beat Daniel Dubois, period. But again, I think this is coming from the hope and the wish, you know, for that person to solve that Ukrainian problem, okay? This time, it's with another fighter. This time is not as bad because it's not with a consortium of fighters, two fighters, Vladimir and Vitaly, just sawing up the heavyweight division for years and years to the point nobody really even wanted to watch heavyweight boxing anymore. It was a sad day in the heavyweight boxing scene because the only people that we could look forward to are the people that were retired, James Toney, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Those are the only people that we really could talk about, but we can't talk about them in real time or present time at that time because nobody was fighting worth a shit at that time. Besides those guys, and those guys, the Vladimir brothers, were boring. This guy is not boring. Okay? But the problem is, since the UK has made such a come up in the last 10 years for boxing overall, okay, especially heavyweight boxing, to the point they are looking for the equation solved, okay? And Usyk, in a lot of people's mind, needs to be taken down. People won't rest until it happens, you know? But Dave Allen, for what he said, you know, he's entitled to his own opinion, but I think if he's hoping that Oleksandr Usyk gets old and that's the only reason Daniel beats him, that's not a good enough reason. Not to me. Because the thing about fighters, even if and when Usyk gets to the point where he can't perform, you're not going to see it right away. It's going to be a gradual decline. You see what I mean? Look at Lomachenko, for example. Lomachenko's good enough to still compete with these guys and to perhaps beat these guys. He may not get the nod because he's out of season. He's out of his prime. He's no longer marketable just unlike those younger guys. So therefore they market them instead of him. Okay, so, but he can still do his thing, get in there and do the footwork and, do all these amazing things. It's just a little bit slower than he did before, than he did in his prime, than he did that, that made him the Matrix, Nomaschenko and all that stuff they nicknamed him over the years of doing what he did. Oleksandr Usyk, I don't think will be any different. I just think Oleksandr Usyk has 2 fights. He's planned it a lot better. So I'm thinking in his mind, I'm hoping he's wise enough to know the difference of knowing this is what I can do because I can feel it. So I think about 2 more fights should be enough for me. Not 5, not 6. That's stupid. That's suicide because then people will come along and beat you that have no business. You have no business fighting because you are no longer able to compete at that level. Okay. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Dave Allen stating that Dubois beats Oleksandr Usyk because Usyk now is an old man. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.